Um, let's go on into coaches in the hot seat. It is week one, which means coaches are basically fighting for their jobs.
Yeah, of course.
Uh, um, I've got a few. I hope you got a few.
I've got one.
I've got three.
Okay.
My first one is kind of one that's already been out there
Probably the one I
in,
have.
in Matthias Almeida. Um, this guy straight up came out and was like, "I've got 10 months until I'm free from this hellhole. Um, get me out," basically. And his tactics and his expressions on the sideline basically showed that. There's a meme going around right now with him kind of like looking up in the sky, all depressed. 3-1 loss to a Red Bull team that was not really good. Like, we were not very good in that game.
Yeah, they let Tom Barlow score. Come on.
I am freeze. I am not going to stand here and listen to Tom Barlow slander. I'm not going to do it. We will end this call right now if this is what this is about.
You already had to listen to it. It's too late at this point.
I am muting you. They put out a player of the week poll for MLS on Twitter, and I just commented on the tweet. The lack of Tom Barlow here is disgusting and appalling, and I got like 4 or 5 likes on it. So big up Red Bull Nation.
You're gonna get blocked from MLS.
But really, for back to Almada, right? The biggest issue with him was not really how they were going forward. They didn't look awful going forward, but man, that defensive back line was disgusting. How many times they were left defending like 2 players against 3 or 4? You will pressed up into the midfield, lost the ball, and was just like, okay, have fun. Bye.
That's why he back passes.
Back passes to turnovers. If Red Bull were half decent, this game is 7-0. I mean, legitimately, if they could hit the frame, this game is 7-0. If they play Seattle, Seattle drops 10. Like, no hesitation. Healthy Seattle drops 10 on this team.
Oh, guess who's playing San Jose this upcoming week?
Yeah.
Columbus. They're gonna wreck them.
This team is going to be setting all the wrong kind of records. Like FCC or Red
I don't know. I think FCC is going to set the record. San Jose is going to be safe.
Almeida already made it clear that he wants to get out of San Jose, but he might just take the whole place down with it before he goes.
He really might.
Was that yours as well?
Yeah, mine was Almeida.
All right. Well, I'll throw 2 more on here.
Go for it.
I put Robin Fraser on there.
Colorado that's a hot take right there. They just finished first in the West.
It's an absolutely hot take, but it's not necessarily about the fact that they lost 3-0 to LAFC, because LAFC were good.
I'm guessing it's about CCL.
Not even CCL. The CCL loss doesn't help, but and really this may be a cold take because of whatever backing he has from his board. But you went out there after the CCL tie is over. You are out against Comunicaciones, which is a poor draw. You put out a lineup with no real striker. You tried to sit back and absorb pressure against an LAFC team, fine. But it took you 3 goals from Carlos Vela in 40 minutes before you realized it didn't work. That's not good. That's not good enough. I mean, and it wasn't like it was working. Like, even when it wasn't 3-0, it wasn't working. They got nothing going forward. They barely survived most of the attacks. It wasn't working. And they had Diego Rubio on the bench. They had a bunch of people on the bench that could have come in and played in that striker spot. But again, they didn't do well enough in the offseason, and that's setting this team up for a rough year and Robin Fraser in for a bad spot.
Yeah, don't forget the fact that they're losing Trusty midseason.
Oh yeah.
And their replacement at the moment is, I think, Keita.
Keita,
which,
yeah.
He's got good potential, but he's not. I don't think his current ability is up to par yet to like match what Trusty gives to the team.
Right. No, absolutely. Like I said, this team is going to need a massive winter window.
Yeah, I mean they lost a lot of key players, and they're not replacing them at the moment. Like, they lost Bassett. That's a huge loss.
Oh, yeah.
They lost Kelly Acosta, another huge loss.
And this ties Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I know that they have like a couple of guys that you can consider their replacement. I guess they brought in Max to, I guess, be the Cole Bassett replacement. And then they have Mark Anthony Kay as the Kellen Acosta replacement. But I think those guys are hard to replace. I knew obviously it was going to be hard, period, but that's going to hurt big time for Frazier.
Oh yeah. Again, and you know, lesser known because he left midseason, but Sam Vines too.
Oh yeah,
And
Sam
they,
Vines.
Lucas Estevez is there, but he's on loan. And if this team isn't good, he's not staying, even if they want to pull the option. Outside of all of that, the tactics look awful. That's the main thing for me is he went out. And again, it may have been just a one-time thing, right? Coming back from Comunicaciones, they're tired. They want to rest legs. They take one game. They say, okay, it's LAFC. We probably weren't going to win anyway. Let's rotate. If this becomes a constant thing,
Who's the third?
The third is the meme part of the way too early hot seat. Vanni Sartini in Vancouver, it was his first game, but God, it was a bad first game. Columbus was very good, but that 3-4-1-2, and I kind of made a joke about it on opening day when I tweeted out. I'm like, I'm here for this 3-4-1-2. I'm not here for the 3-4-1-2. It is a disgusting formation. It doesn't work because your outside wingers on your four don't come back in defense. They just hang out and they're like, okay, have fun, and leave Derek Etienne Jr. open for 9 shots a game. It took him a red card to figure out that, you know, or to force him to switch formations, and they actually look better with 10 men. Not a great opening day for Sartini. Hopefully he turns it around a little bit.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. But again, playing against a very strong Columbus team, I agree with you though. I think the tactics looked off.
Yeah, and again, that's the meme pick, right? He's not actually on the hot seat. It's game one.
Yeah. But nobody's really on the hot seat after game one, except maybe Almeida.
Yeah, Almeida set his seat on fire. He did it himself.
Almeida's been on the hot seat for like I feel like 3 years, and he may not have even been here for 3 years.
Literally.